Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of GloomCraft. It's episode 2, and today we're starting things off back where we ended episode 1 at the not-so-sunken ship, where we found the buried treasure and got some sand that we needed to start smelting up the glass for our blaze spawner. So that's what we're headed next, is back to our little starter island to smelt up that glass, and hopefully we'll get that blaze spawner built for you guys today, and start laying out a little bit of the city of Gloomhaven. As we make our way back to our home base in the distance, just wanted to point out again how beautiful this new 1.18 environment is. We've got our beautiful bay here with the sun setting over the mountains, and a village up there on the hill, which we'll have to check out later. And it's just gorgeous with all these mountains just surrounding this beautiful bay where Gloomhaven will soon be. I love it. Good job, Mojang. And it's raining, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get this glass smelting up behind us here. And while we're waiting for that, I think I'll go ahead and get started on the outline for the eastern side of the city. So trying to lay out the edge of where the river's going to be coming through the middle, and just that whole eastern part of the city. So I'll go ahead and get started on that. Then when I'm done with that, we'll try and get this glass. Hopefully it'll be enough to go knock out a blaze spawner. So it's raining again, but I wanted to give you guys an update. So I've been trying to map out where I want the river to be, and I got a little carried away and started going up the side of the mountain with the river, trying to make it look like a waterfall. That's not really very easy. The water doesn't always do what you think it's supposed to. Like, I wish it was flowing over this bit right here, but it's just too big and sticks out too far, and it'd look weird with water sources on the face of that. So I'll keep playing with it. Maybe I'll have to do some terraforming to try and make it look a little more natural, but the point of this is to try and push the river further up the map that I've got here, since that's going to be mostly where we're going to see the overview of the city. And so I've kind of laid out with cobblestone where I want the banks of the river to be, and the city would be on both sides of us going through here. And then right about here where it's narrowest would be where some sort of large stone bridge would go that you'd be able to paddle under with your boat if you wanted to. So most of this will probably be cleared out and be part of the river, but this would be the edge of where the city is. So we're making some progress. Let me pop back up on my map here that I've got. Okay. So I've been. Okay. Yep. So you can see I've kind of laid out this island will all still be here, but it'll be flattened. That's what Princess Amy's been working on. So she's over there working on it now, actually. And so then this part of that's all water would be covered up, and actually this whole big area that's water is going to be covered up. I've laid out kind of the border of where the coastline is going to be. So we're going to cover all of this area with stone, and then eventually city. And the idea is to have, the edge of the city and then maybe some flatter land outside of the city walls before it starts going up into these mountains here, just to kind of make it look a little better. And actually from here, that waterfall looks not half bad. I guess as you get further away, the weirdness of it, maybe it's a bit too wide at this point. I don't know. We'll keep tweaking it. Alright, glass is done. Let's go build ourselves a blaze spawner. And just like that, the blaze spawner's done. There it is. So basically we took that brick of netherrack that we had there surrounding the blaze spawner before, outlined it with glass, and took that down and used lava to start pushing them over into a kill chamber here on this side. So again, this is basically following SilentWisperer's tutorial, which is excellent, by the way. I'll leave a link in the description for it, so you can build one of your own, but it seems to be working really well. As you can see, I've already done a little bit of AFKing here and gotten a good number of levels, and let me show you around. So I added a couple things. I added a little chamber here on the front to kind of blend it with the fortress and give us a nice safe place to AFK. I've added a door here so that I can go in and throw the trident. Either me or Aim can throw the trident and get the looting effect once we have looting effect swords. You can also just come in and they really don't bother you at all. But basically you can just take the trident, oops, make sure there's no blaze in your way, and then just throw the trident at one of these pistons, flip it on, and the trident will go around in a circle, and anybody that falls down in there will just get taken out pretty easily. And if you have a looting sword, which I don't yet, but if you do, then you'll be able to apply that effect to those kills as well. So excellent farm. Will get us lots of drops, lots of blaze rods, and as you can see, it's been producing pretty well. This was not a very long AFK session here, and I got 49 levels and plenty of blaze rods to fill up my furnace back home. So I'm pretty happy with all of that. This farm has turned out to be pretty good. I think it'll serve us really well as an XP grinder and as a way to get fuel for smelting and all kinds of good stuff. So very excited about this. Very cool. Thank you, Silent. Also just wanted to show you on the way back from the blaze farm, which is out that way. In other words, it's growing here too, so it must still be loaded in while we're AFKing. So that'll be good to have a good supply of that. And also wanted to show you that I've done a little bit of work to make this entryway a little bit easier to get to, since I think we're going to be coming here and using it a lot. And so we built this little staircase over here. Don't mind the head bumps. But just a little entrance into the end of this fortress, so we don't have to go up there where those guys seem to always be. And then added some stairs just to kind of cut over this mountain over here instead of going down and around it again where there's ghasts that want to eat your face. So got a nice little path to and from our blaze spawner now, and I expect to be making this little jog very often to get the levels that we need to do all the enchanting and grinding that we need to do. So that seems to be a good plan. Now we're cooking with gas. We've got blaze-fueled furnaces now. This is pretty awesome. So a little bit of a progress update for you guys here. I was going to come back and re-record some of the audio from that last clip. Sorry, it was weird and echoey. But I came back to do that, and oh my goodness, the whole thing is gone. Princess Aim is a beast. Look at her go. She's amazing. So she took out the rest of this whole island while I was off doing some editing over there, and I just can't believe how quickly this is coming together. So the next steps that we're going to do here are we're going to come over here and keep laying out the city like we had been doing. Now we've got a nice big empty blank slate to start with. You can see I've kind of opened up the river here. Probably want to make it a little bit wider here at the mouth, but you can start to get the shape of what this area of land is going to look like, and everything's starting to come together. Good job, Aim. So friends, I've realized something. The map I have isn't big enough. Gloomhaven is huge. I may be in way over my head here. So I went to go start doing the eastern side of the city, and came to the realization that I couldn't quite see everything I needed to. And to be able to make the city reach all the way over as far as I wanted it to, I might have to go even further over than I wanted to. So this whole section of the bay might be something that needs to be covered. I don't know. Maybe I can get away with having another river here. That's not something that's in the original map. But I'm going to try to follow the shape of the original map for this coastline as much as I can. But I don't know exactly what to do. I'm going to have to start taking some creative liberties outside the edges of the map here. And we'll see how much it's really worth it to get all the way across over to this side. But just for scale, I needed to know where my boundaries were. So mapped out the other side here. Let's start laying down some cobblestone and start outlining like we did over on this side and see what it looks like. Alright, so the coastline is starting to come along. I've gotten all the way over there. I did wind up reaching all the way over to the land over there. So this is definitely turning out to be a bit bigger than I thought. So see, I went off the map over here onto this other map, which is about maybe here. And then looping around trying to recreate the main coastline of Gloomhaven City, and I think I've got it pretty well nailed all the way up through this side of the river. So next time I will try to adjust this edge just a little bit, round out this corner and make it feel more like the mouth of a big river, and then work on this coastline a little bit. I think I need to pull this bump southward just a little bit and maybe round it out a little bit more to there, and I think that'll look a lot nicer and a lot more like the sample reference material. So yeah, I think that's coming along really nicely. I'm excited to start filling some of this in and see what it looks like. But oh, hello. Oh, hello friends. What are you doing down there? Come on out. Okay, yep, you can get out. You'll be okay. So yeah, yep, so that's the progress update on the coastline. And I think next I'm going to take a break from mapping and head on over and try and do a little bit of upgrading of my armor, because I'm still rocking a unenchanted chainmail helmet and could use some better gear. So I think Princess Aim has been doing some mining today, so maybe she'll let me steal a couple of her diamonds and go make us both some armor. So I went to go steal some diamonds and that didn't work at all. So basically I told her I had some levels and showed her the XP grinder, and she said bye and went and did that and it said go get your own diamonds. Don't blame her. So that's pretty much what I did. I decided to go on a little mining session and came out with a good bit of stuff from our mine over here at our starter base, which I don't think I've shown you guys, but it's pretty cool. So right over here from spawn, we built a little staircase down into a natural cave that's pretty impressive. I'm enjoying these new cave generations. It's a lot of fun to explore these now, and there's not as many mobs in them as I would have expected, and it's very cool. I mean, look at how beautiful this is, and I can just keep going down into these caves. And there's Glow Squid. Hello. But yeah, I love these new cave generations. This is just another beautiful extension to Minecraft, and it definitely makes it more interesting to be caving now, and more lucrative too. I mean, you saw 44 diamond ore it wasn't more than an hour of mining. So yeah, this is really cool. Let's go break down those diamonds and see how many we can get with our fortune pickaxe. I can see my house from here. Let's knock these things down and see how many diamonds we get. A stack and a half of diamonds. Not too shabby for less than an hour's worth of mining. Not too shabby. Alright, I'm going to do some enchanting, and let's see if we can't get ourselves some decent pants and helmet to go along with the rest of our diamond gear. So I was just getting started on some enchanting, and Princess Aim reached out and said she wanted to go ahead and move on to the next phase of Gloomhaven. So I'm very excited to jump into our first official time-lapse build mode, whatever you want to call it. Building high-speed time-lapse of GloomCraft. And let's go ahead and start filling in as much of the city as we can, the ground where we're going to build the city. Let's fill as much in of that foundation as we can based on the resources that Aim mined out of that mountain before. So get ready, let's go! what a grind. Well, we were able to knock out a good bit of the territory that we were trying to cover. Let's see how it looks on the map now. You can see we still got plenty of room to fill in, so the goal is, again, to fill in pretty much all of this water area here with stone as a foundation, and this area over here as well. So we're getting closer. We've got a good start, and maybe have enough room to start doing some building here along the coastline. But I'd really like to kind of get the groundwork laid first and level out and kind of terraform some of this stuff down to this level so that it's nice and smooth transition up to these mountains in the back here. You can see that I expanded the river a little bit. It looked a little bit too narrow once I pushed the scale all the way over to this piece of land over here. So had to upgrade the river a little bit to get it back to the right scale. And the shape's still not perfect in my mind. I probably should have had it swerve a little bit different here, but just to make it match the reference material a little bit better. But I think it's looking pretty good, and I think it's definitely something that we could use for the future. I think it's good. We definitely need to go mine some more resources. We used up 3 double chests of stone to fill in this area, so a lot of work yet to do here in Minecraft and in Gloomhaven. So thank you very much for hanging out with us today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and check back in again with us next time for some more build progress. And I think we're going to go explore that village over there and see what we can do with that. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good one. See ya.